Hi everyone, my name is Victor and I am one of the authors of technit.com. Today, we're going to continue with our lectures on SELinux. In our previous lessons, we've talked about what SELinux is. We've looked at why you should enable SELinux. We've looked at how it works. We've looked at how you can enable and disable SELinux both in permissive and enforcing mode. We've looked at what SELinux policy is and what SELinux context is, even with examples. Yeah, in today's lesson, we're going to look at how we can troubleshoot SELinux problems with examples. Okay, so we're going to troubleshoot the problem we had in the previous lesson. And the first step in troubleshooting SELinux problem is to be sure that it's actually an SELinux issue. So to be sure about that, you need to set the SELinux to be in permissive mode. I already talked about that in previous lesson. So let's do that with the command set enforce permissive. Okay, so let's do get enforce and be sure that it's already in permissive mode. Okay, we can see that SELinux is already in permissive mode. So let's run the command again and see if you can access website 1. All right, so we can access website 1. So this means that we're actually having an SELinux problem. So let's take SELinux back to the enforcing mode. Enforcing. All right, let's do get enforce. So we're already back in enforcing mode. Most times, problems with SELinux is as a result of file systems being mislabeled with the wrong context, and also booleans. If booleans are not enabled, then you're going to have issues with SELinux. We're going to look at what booleans are in next class. So now let's check the context in this directory. Let's even see if the context is correct. All right, we can see that we can access the web1.html, and the type context of this file is sys underscore content underscore t. Even there's another file, website file that has the same context as this, but for website 1, we have a different context. And naturally, if you put on your troubleshooting thoughts, you would know that this file was actually moved from the home directory with the labeling. It's obvious. Just like every program developers, Apache developers have specifics and directives in the Apache SELinux policy. So if a type context of an object is different from the policy, syscall will be terminated, and that's why the syscall has been terminated. So if a hacker breaks in via the Apache service, you can see that the context of every directories are different. Say he breaks in via the Apache service, he won't be able to do anything in other directories, because if you go to other directories, most of the context they are actually different. You understand? So for example, if I go to TMP directory and I do ls-lz, you can see that we have so many different contexts different from the sys content T. So the hacker wouldn't be able to spread his malicious activities around the system, because every sys call will always get terminated. All right. So to solve this problem, there are different tools that can be used to solve these problems. We have the restorecon tool, we have the selmanage tool, we have the chcon tools, and the rest. Okay, and the problem is just that we need to make sure that this let me show you HTML. All right. Okay, so the solution is that we just need to make sure that the website 1 file has the same context as this same type context as httpd underscore sys underscore content underscore t, and that's the solution. So how can we solve that? Well, let's first of all start with the restorecon utility, and then we'll look at how we can use other utilities to solve the problem. So to solve this issue, I'm going to use restorecon, right? Restorecon hyphen r hyphen v, right? That's verbose. Then I can do hyphen /var. So that means it's going to relabel all the file context in /var directory recursively. So I can specify /var if I wanted to relabel the context in that directory, or I can just specify the document root by saying www then html, right? And I press my enter key. Oops. Oh, sorry about that. It's var html /var. That's the path html. Okay, so you can see the message here relabeled this from this to this. So let's confirm again. So we can see that the file has been relabeled to the right context. And let's see if you can access the website now. All right. Okay, so you see that we can access the website one file. So this is one of the ways you can troubleshoot SELinux. All right. The restorecon utility checks the file systems to see if the context in their location are appropriate as described in the SELinux policy. If not, it will do the correction by overwriting the appropriate context in the file system, and that is what has been done. All right. So in the next class, we're going to look at how to use other utilities to solve SELinux problem. All right. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. Bye for now.